TNA Throwback number 59, and as you guys can see, it's time to book the Against All Odds pay-per-view Sunday, February 13, 2011. So this pay-per-view has 9 matches, which means that we can actually book them, but we gotta put one match on the pre-show. You know the drill. A pay-per-view usually has 8 main card matches and 1 pre-show match. But of course, if you go to the editor after the show, you got the mandatory 11 segment. So basically, the most matches you can book on a pay-per-view in this game are 11, or like 11 segments, if you want to include interviews or some angles. But we got 9 matches, so I can fit them all booked. I don't need to include anything else. So let's start with the pre-show match. We got one women's match on this show, and it's for the Knockouts title. It's Gail Kim taking on Tara. We're gonna put it on the pre-show because women's matches always get lower ratings. You guys know that the pre-show match doesn't get included in the overall rating, so we are gonna put the weakest match, I guess, on this show. We're gonna have Gail Kim retained by cheating, and this will advance their supposed storyline. It actually should turn into a 3-way because Tara had an argument with Angelina Love. There was a tournament for the title. There was a tournament for the number 1 contendership, and actually Tara beat Angelina Love via interference from Gail Kim. So the actual opener of the show is gonna be the 3-way for the X Division title. It's gonna be a triangle match. Shelley against the champion Austin Aries against Sabin. Of course, Austin Aries will retain in a clean fashion. So this was a pretty well built-up feud. Austin gave both of them title shots in separate shows. They acted as if it was they acted like they argued against each other, but actually it was fake, so they attacked Aries, and now it's... Of course, this is not the end of the feud, but I don't think I'm gonna take the title of Aries anyway soon, so the best way here is to have him retain. Of course, a lot of the matches here are gonna be better understood once we got to the Fallout show. As you guys know, the next show, which is Impact, the next episode is gonna be the big reveal. We're gonna have the new shareholder revealed, and we're gonna see a fallout from this pay-per-view. So yeah. Then we have the global title match, Devon taking on Ray. Of course, this is the first match of their feud. This is not gonna be the blow-off. Devon will go over by an interference from Orlando Jordan, so their feud will continue. Nothing really... There's nothing really earth-shattering about this. The next match on the show is going to be Carlito taking on Matt Morgan. These guys have history for the past few weeks. Carlito has been on Sting's side in this feud. And he's been helping... let me just book the match. Yeah, Carlito has been acting as a Sting assistant in his feud with the Pope, and Morgan is kind of the backup guy to the Pope. So And also, Lito actually prevented Morgan from interfering when Sting became the #1 contender. So it was clear that we need to put these guys together on the pay-per-view. Jay Lito is gonna go over in an upset. He's gonna win by some kind of a roll-up. Matt Morgan is gonna get pissed off because, you know, Matt Morgan is way more physically dominant than Lito. But we're gonna have Lito go over here. We're not gonna have him lose. This is not WWE style booking, so. Yeah, the next thing on the show is gonna be another singles match. Carlito taking on Mr. Anderson. This is the first official match in their feud. They started feuding back. Actually, they started feuding before the Genesis pay-per-view, because Carlito had this segment with Anderson, I think, on the first Impact of the year. Carlito debuted on the last Impact of the year, but they actually began their program in the beginning of January. So this is the first match of their program. Carlito is gonna win by cheating, and Anderson they're gonna brawl to the back. This is gonna be the build-up to future match. This pay-per-view is pretty transitional as far as the feuds go. The next thing on the show is gonna be a tag team match that was made up in the past 2 weeks. AJ and Chris Daniels taking on James Storm and Robert Roode. This is a match where nothing's on the line, so we need to put it earlier on the show. We're gonna have Daniels pin Roode, I guess. Clean. After the match, we're gonna have celebration. This is actually gonna be a clean win. Put on a good match. 3 more matches left, so we still got Hardy and RVD, which I guess would be the semi-main. I'm actually deciding the positioning of the matches on the fly, so that's why it's taking me more time. The next thing is gonna be the World Tag Team Titles match. And why they're so late on the show? Because I'm gonna do a title change here. So the newly formed tag team of Crimson and Joe, which here actually they cashed in their Feast or Fire briefcase. Crimson won at Final Resolution, and they're gonna beat the champions Abyss and Gunner, who are the World Congregation members. And Crimson and Joe are gonna become the new tag team champions on this show. The semi-main is gonna be Jeff Hardy against RVD. I think this is a big enough match to have this as a semi-main. There was a tease of a mystery friend coming in to help RVD, and he's gonna help him, but this is gonna be this is gonna be a decoy. We just pick a random guy here, a random heel. So random heel. Shit, can't find a random heel. Oh my god. Let's say Eric Young. Of course it's not Eric Young. The whole point is there's gonna be a mystery man with a mask helping RVD get the win, and this is gonna be the supposed friend that is coming. That RVD was teasing all this time, all these weeks, that he split up with Jeff. So RVD is gonna win by interference, but it's not gonna be Eric Young. It's gonna be a mystery man. But of course, in this fucking game, you can't do a mystery man interference. You gotta have someone interfere, and I don't want to reveal it yet. So we're gonna have Eric Young as a decoy. So yeah, RVD and Hardy, their feud is gonna continue. The main event is gonna be the Pope taking on Sting for the World Heavyweight title in a first blood. The Pope will win by cheating, which means he'll use fake blood. This is not the time to drop the title from the Pope. So this is the whole pay-per-view. I don't know, maybe a little underwhelming main event, but this is all gonna make sense on the next show when I'm gonna introduce the new character, I guess. Actually, knockouts match gets 76%. 85 for the 3-way X Division match. 83 for the Devon and Ray match. 77 for Lito and Morgan, which is actually understandable. There is a mismatch between those guys. 83% for Carlito and Anderson, which is great. The crowd reaction for all these matches is good. We got 87 on the Styles Dance versus Beer Money. 78 on Abyss, Gunner, and Crimson and Joe. The word tag titles, I don't know why they have lost image. 2 3/4. 88 on Hardy and RVD. The main event gets 86. Let's see how the main event actually ends. Yeah. 92% crowd reaction. 83% on this pay-per-view is actually not bad to consider because the fuck? Rogue has been dropped. 135 buy rate for Against All Odds. Angle wants to work with James Storm. Actually, you guys don't know, but the industry is in a huge slump. It was at 0%, now it's at 5%, so it begins to recover. But like, my public image is falling down. 97, it comes up to 100 after a week, then comes down to 97. Raw, WWE is pretty bad. 49%, and they have all these stars. Like, I don't even have half the stars they got. So yeah, that's shocking. Raw has been dropped by the USA Network. Let's see actually the rankings. Yeah, my show is at the top. Then we got SmackDown, almost 1 point behind, and then Superstars NXT. Why the hell did they drop Raw? I have no idea. I guess it was getting very bad ratings. So this was the pay-per-view. I think 83% is pretty good for a transitional pay-per-view like Against All Odds. The next pay-per-view is gonna be exactly a month from now, March 13. We got four weeks of impacts. The next impact is very important, as I have already teased and told you guys. So it will all make sense on the impact. So this is the wrap up here. On the next show, we're gonna have complete results from the pay-per-view, and I'm gonna explain in detail some of the finishes. This was just the booking of the show, so this is where the game will. This is where I'm saying goodbye, and see you next time.